So can you go through the mechanics of how you actually receive the money in an offering? Yeah, I think I've seen it done in a lot of different ways, and I don't think there's too much to say that's wrong with all the ways that I've seen it take place. Again, as long as there's faith in the room. I have seen ushers come forth and the offering is prayed for, and then the offering baskets are passed. I have seen people pass the offering plates, fill them up, and the ushers come forward, and they are lifted up to heaven, and the priest of the house enunciates the good things of God over them, and that's a good way as well. I don't think either one of those ways is better than the other. In fact, I suppose personally, I sort of go between all the ways that I've seen, because it sort of changes the rote of it all and makes it more meaningful. It seems like to me more meaningful to the people. I've also seen people who place the baskets up front and everybody comes out and comes up. This, of course, follows the pattern of Acts chapter 2, where they laid their offerings at the apostles' feet. And so there's a good thing about that too, because the people do have to respond. It's not necessarily the only way of doing it, and because it has a New Testament look there to it and feel to it, I like it. But remember that there's people that, first of all, are not in a place where socially they feel comfortable with getting up and walking in front of people. And I think we need to care for the people in that way. If they're not there yet, we still need to give them the opportunity of deliverance through the gospel and through the gospel of the offering itself. I think also there's people who are invalid and can't, by their own physical strength, get there, and then we haven't got to the healing part of the service to get them healed. So I think that we can do both if that is the case. But generally speaking, I just say that mechanically you can do it in different ways. If you're explaining it in a prophetic and profound way, I think that's the issue. I think that's the really good thing about it, you know. I think that it raises the heart of all the believers, the hearts of the believers, into a place of faith. And so I think if we could have it, the very best way, I suppose, would be all of those ways at the same time, and therefore accommodating for everyone. I think we must, however, remember that it is important that we first tell the people what they're giving into, and of the faith of Jesus Christ, enunciate His promises through His blood, and realize that is the presentation of the offering, whether it is before it's collected or after. Either way is good.